Hey everybody, it's Mr. Marshall here at Stony Lane. I want to talk to you a little bit about work that we do when we read nonfiction, okay? Because when we read nonfiction books, like what's our big job? Our big job when we read nonfictions is to learn, right? We're reading nonfiction books so that we can learn about something that we're reading about, okay? When you were little and you read nonfiction books, something that you probably did is you kind of like walked into a book and started noticing everything, every little fact, and you go, wow, that's cool. Wow. Oh, wow. Right. And it's sort of like walking around in like an amusement park and you're like, wow, wow. And you see everything. But now that you're older, you want to be the kind of reader of nonfiction who reads through a book looking for one thing. Okay, one little piece of your story or like of your book. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Because like what we're gonna do is we're gonna read a book together, and we're not gonna be like wow, 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 so cool, like noticing all the different facts. We're gonna try and look for certain kinds of facts. Okay, and we're gonna use a question to help us do that. Okay, so here, this is a book about owls. Let's start reading and figure out what our question is. What are we going to be looking for inside this book? Ready? Okay. The animal world is full of predators. Look at that. Predators are hunters who find, catch, and eat other animals, their prey, in order to survive. Every environment has a chain of hunters. The smaller, slower, less able predators become prey for the bigger, faster, more cunning hunters. And everywhere, there are just a few kinds of predators at the top of the food chain. So in nearly every habitat, this group of predators includes one or more kinds of owls, like this screech owl. So what do we know here? We know that owls like this screech owl are predators. Predators are hunters, right? What did this say? It said that some of the predators are bigger and faster, and they eat the predators that are not as big and fast. It's like the hunters like eat each other. Okay, so it's kind of telling us that owls are hunters, and they kind of eat other hunters. So I think everything we're looking for, instead of going wow, 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 we're going to be like looking for how owls are hunters. So I'm going to put this in the middle of my page here. Hunting. Okay, so what do I know already? I know some predators hunt each other, right? They hunt other predators. And like the big ones hunt the little ones. So I'm just going to draw it that way. Okay, let's see what we can learn. We're not going to notice every little thing inside this book, although there's a lot of facts in this book. We're just looking for how owls are hunters. Okay, so let's see. So why are owls like this great gray owl such great hunters? For one thing, they can swoop through the air near silently to strike with sharp talons or claws and beaks. Most owls hunt at night. To help them see, they have bigger eyes than most birds. Their eyes face forward so they can judge how far to fly to catch prey. Wow, there's a lot of information there. So we're learning about how they swoop quietly, right? So we're learning about their behavior. They swoop quietly. They hunt at night. That must be important. Okay, so I can think about their behavior, but I'm also thinking about their bodies. We're learning about their eyes. Their eyes are big, right? That's what it says. And they help them know how far to go, right? Let's see if we learn more about their behavior. or their bodies? Let's see. Let's see what we learn. Let's try to grow some ideas about that. Their big eyes face forward so they can judge how far to fly to catch prey. Their eyes, more about their body, right? Their eyes also have powerful magnifying lenses so they can spot small prey over long distances. So that's another thing. Their eyes can make things look bigger, right? The pupils of their eyes, that's the openings at the center, can open super wide to let more light in when it is dark. Holy moly. So their eyes tell them where to go, right? They magnify or make something bigger, and they let more light in. That's like the superpowers of their eyes. Let's see if there's anything else that we're learning about their bodies or about their behavior. Okay, so for protection and support, an owl's big eyes are inside bony tubes. Ew! But these tubes limit how much its eyes can move. To look left, right, up, or down, owls like this northern saw-whet must turn their heads. All owls' necks have lots of bones, nearly twice as many as a human's neck. These bones let the owl turn its head far enough to look almost straight behind itself. Yeah, look at that picture. It's kind of turning its head in a way that we can't, right? Wow. Okay, so let's look at that again. So a bad thing about the eyes is that the eyes can't really move. You know how your eyes move? They can't move their eyes, so they move their heads. So their neck turns the head. So we're learning a lot about their bodies right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to think about this part, the body part, right? About their eyes specifically, right? And so I'm going to write that here. This is a new page in my notebook. It's not really a notebook, it's just a wipe-off board, but you know. So owls, do I want to say bodies or eyes? Let's say bodies help them to hunt. Okay, so what did I learn? I learned that they help the owl know how far to go. What else did I learn? I learned that the eyes can magnify small objects so that they become bigger and you can see them. Right? I learned that the eyes, the pupils, get bigger to let more light in so it's easier to see. But I learned that the eyes aren't perfect because the eyes can't move. So the neck moves. Helps the owl see by turning. Wow. See that? So now I'm thinking about how the owls, but like I went from just owls and like, wow, cool facts about owls, wow, to how do owls hunt, to how do owls' bodies help them hunt, the eyes and the neck. So right now as a reader, I'm going to go on and I'm going to keep reading about that and see if I learn about stuff like that. Okay? All right, but you see what I'm doing, right? I'm learning about that. Okay, that's something that you can do as a reader. You can do what we just did. You can think about your topic and then think of one thing to look for and then keep going narrower and narrower and write down facts. What did we do? We webbed, right? we kind of like drew lines and wrote our notes, and then we started turning it into boxes and bullets. And now we made a plan for while we read on, what are we looking for? Okay? That's how you can start to think harder inside of a book. Okay? Why don't you try that? And I'll see you next time.